our Wednesday evening soul sessions.
Thank you. It's great to be here.
We are so sorry about about the technical difficulties. On our side we've struggled with just getting the volume right for the YouTube link. And so what we're going to suggest, Griff, do you want to just lead us through what your suggestions would be here?
Yeah, exactly. So we just had some trouble getting the YouTube link to play through this platform, which is called Restream. It's playing the video but not the sound, which kind of defeats the purpose. So
as good as Ben looks playing the organ, we also are wanting the vocal side of it as well.
So we're gonna talk with Ben for just a minute. Andrew's got a couple questions, and I've got a couple questions, and just like our regular soul sessions thing, we'll chat just for a minute, and then I'm gonna post the link to the Facebook page, and it's we've got a wonderful performance there from Ben and Jenny, and it's all the audio is great and the visuals are wonderful. So we'll leave you there. So hang with us, and then we'll send you right after this. We'll post the link, and it'll be pretty seamless. So Andrew, you can take it away.
Ben, this is the first time we're chatting. So firstly, I think on behalf of the Cork Methodist churches, we really are grateful for you sharing your time and your talent with us, and of getting those recordings done. And I'm personally looking forward to getting back on that link and watching more of it. I got to watch some of it, most of it this afternoon. But Ben, maybe just from your side, in the notes on that you sent through, you spoke a little bit about how you were raised in church. You went through Truro Cathedral. That was actually one of my questions. Was going to be how did you get to be a kind of organist? The kind of person I am, maybe more low church. A lot of people I know are into guitars and pianos. It's a little exotic to have an organist. And then I kind of read through your program notes and saw that. And if it's okay with you, just ask a basic faith question. How you're playing in churches. This music is beautiful, born out of faith experience. If you were to be asked about your faith right now, what would your response be? Or how do you conceive of God? What's your experience of God? And when you're playing, and maybe vice versa.
Well, it's quite a complicated question. I think, to be honest, I've kind of gone back and forth quite a lot, and I would basically say fundamentally that I'm agnostic, and I am not sure at all. But I was brought up my parents, and especially my dad, are professional musicians, and they were linked in with the local choral scene in Cornwall, and through that I ended up applying to be a chorister at Truro Cathedral. So with, as mentioned in the program notes, a kind of high church bells and smells environment there, and then that was my gateway into the organ, because the organ, of course, is used a lot in that kind of situation. And since then, I've stayed very much linked in with churches in musical ways, and I think I know Griff, of course, from Cambridge University, where I was an organ scholar at one of the colleges. So yeah, it's been quite a big part of my life, and I think whilst I probably don't lean towards a specifically Christian outlook myself on a personal level, I particularly in recent months, actually, especially, I've kind of felt more of a close connection with the maybe in a slightly vaguer sense of the word spirituality. It's quite hard for me to pin down what I actually mean by that, so I don't really know. But certainly a lot of the music that you get in more high church ceremonies has a kind of very deep resonance for me. And I have a sort of, I feel like I have a connection with that. And that works quite well in a lot of the situations where I'm playing the organ in churches.
I think for a lot of people, myself included, one of the things that I really admire about the position of agnosticism is that the great emphasis placed on a kind of sense of mystery. That's very hard to to define or understand the sacred divine, and so it really kind of, at least in my basic conception of what agnosticism is, does kind of recognize that. So all the same, Ben, we're so grateful. Obviously, again, from very limited understanding, my sense is that the music industry through COVID has really been hit very hard. I presume that's affected you in profound ways as well.
Yes, it has. I think the long-term future is incredibly uncertain. So for the time being, I'm certainly getting by fine for the minute with very little idea how that will pan out next year. I mean, personally, I'm now actually doing a lot more teaching work online. So that's been really good to do that, actually. And I've found I actually enjoy teaching and can get into it in a way that I didn't realize I could. So that's been really great. So there's definitely positives. But of course I'm profoundly missing live music and sort of can't wait to be in a situation where it's safe to have live gigs again, really.
Brilliant. Well, Ben, we're very grateful for the musical kind of, I don't know if you call it playlist or composition that you put together for us. It's incredibly thoughtful. I was reading through your program notes as well. I'm going to hand over to Griff here actually to maybe ask some kind of probing questions about the selection of music. I'm wading into very deep water if I was to attempt that. So I'm going to sit back. I'm going to sit in the back seat and listen to you two talk about this.
I won't be terribly probing, but again, if you're just joining us, I see we've got some folks coming online now. We're having trouble streaming the thing, so what we're going to do is talk for Ben for another couple minutes and then send you over to the YouTube link. Okay, I'll just post after this feed is over. I'll post the YouTube link to Facebook, and you'll just follow through there for a wonderful, I think, 50-minute recital. Ben, thanks so much. As Ben mentioned, I had a one-term post at Girton College in Cambridge, and Ben was the organ scholar there. I think Ben graduated with the highest honors in his year, and more than that, I was just amazed and grateful, really, to be able to play with Ben. I did some stuff in the chapel there, but mainly we played a lot of jazz together, and seeing his ability to connect to the tradition of sort of organ improvisation with jazz improvisation was what I always think that's what music should be. So I still think about Ben when I think about musicianship, like full well-rounded musicianship. And Ben's put together an amazing program for us. He's brought in one of his friends, Jenny Bliss Bennett, who will sing and play. Is it an early violin? Is it a period instrument, Ben?
I'm actually not sure what the violin she's playing is. She did train as an early violinist and then decided she was more, for a while, she's more interested in playing kind of psychedelia and alternative rock and other things, and lots of folk as well. And now I think she still keeps up the early music as well. So she's a lot of different things.
Yeah, that's amazing. So I guess the first question, I want you to take us through the program just a little bit, but could you tell us about where you recorded and how this all worked? Ben just recorded this a couple of days ago for us with our input, and tell us a little bit about the instrument and the process of
well, it's at the Union Chapel, Islington, which where I play semi-regularly on some Sundays, and I really like that venue for all sorts of reasons, partly because it's got an incredible acoustic and incredible organ. Also, I get on well with sorry?
The acoustics are amazing.
Yes, and it's much more known as a concert venue. People don't really know that it's still a functioning church, but it's a very famous concert venue. And also they have I really like that ethos there, and they're very focused. The minister at the moment is particularly focusing a lot of anti-racist work and work on climate change and work with refugees, and we put on LGBTQ services and so on. So I really get on well with that side of things. And the organ is built by Father Willis. It's one of the relatively few comparatively unaltered instruments from the late 19th century. I think about the 1870s, I think. And yeah, it's a really, really wonderful instrument, and it's got so many beautiful tone colors.
Amazing. My boy's just getting his shoes off the dryer here. Okay, and then just if you could tell us a little bit about the voyage that you're taking us on. We talked a little bit about the program. We wanted to get some great Christmas classics in it. Of course, Ben went right to, I'm not just going to play you some 4-part chorales. I'm going to improvise on each of these themes, which is exactly what I mean about Ben's musicianship. And you'll see that very soon. So stick with us. But Ben also described a sort of voyage from dark to light. Would you tell us a little bit about that, and give us any other details along the way? We've posted the program notes, and I'll post those again. With the link.
Sure. Well, as I said, it's pretty much a proximate journey from darkness to light, with a few detours along the way. It's not completely just that. But of course, the Advent and Christmas seasons are traditionally meant to be quite different, with Advent being a lot about penitence and longing for Jesus to come, and then of course Christmas is when it actually happens and you have the celebration. But of course the two get quite merged into one these days. But I thought it would be quite nice to combine those both, and so a lot of the earlier pieces are quite introspective and penitent, but there's also some very jubilant celebratory things, particularly towards the end. But I mixed it up a bit as well, so it's not just all slow dark stuff for the beginning either. Yeah, I can. Do you want me to talk about the particular pieces, or?
Well, let's keep it short so that people can so that we can get right into it. I see Andrew has posted the link there. I'll post it again on the Facebook page now coming in.
Because I'm a die-hard, I'm going to try and play it on here, Griff, and then I've got it playing in my computer, on our TV. Want to see if maybe the audio is actually coming through there, but might be your issue or my issue, and it might be fine.
Okay.
I'll come back and shut it down and just redirect everybody to the link.
Yeah, and exactly, just to preempt, if this does fail again, like it did in the dress rehearsal, just stay tuned. We will post the link. It is live on YouTube right now at Cork Methodist Churches. Okay, thanks, Andrew. Thank you, Ben.
Thank you.
Okay, we apologize for that. There's no audio, so we're going to ask you hop across onto YouTube, and I think we'll come back. Should we touch base again at 8 o'clock and restream, Griff?
Yeah.
Okay, brilliant. So we'll be back for 8 o'clock. Please go and watch it, and we'll touch base. Hopefully, get Ben back on for
10 minutes after 8.
Sorry, what's that, Ben? What's that, Griff?
10 minutes after 8. I think it's 50 minutes long. So.
Okay, brilliant. So at 10 past 8, we'll be back out and restream, and we'll wrap it up. Thanks so much, Griff. See you then.
I just posted the link, Facebook.